Hey guys, your host Valerie Greenberg here from Crosstown Connections, and I am so excited because I am sitting down with my good friend Thomas Farley, who you may know as Mr. Manners from the Today Show because I watch him there all the time. Hello and happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Friday. So happy to be sitting here with you, and I can't wait for our conversation. Thank you for the invitation.
Of course. Well, you know, we ran into each other at a networking event actually a few weeks back, and it just seemed like you were such a natural fit to have on as a guest. So Thomas is going to tell us a little bit about what he actually does, Mr. Manners, and the role that he has as a career man and everything else. But really what we're going to get down to is etiquette, because he's an etiquette expert and he can really help us in terms of feeling more comfortable when we're actually making connections. And that's really what we want to be able to share with you guys, our viewers. So when I was thinking of questions for you, I was curious, what do you think you would recommend people for icebreakers when they're going to be creating a new connection or a new relationship?
I think one of the worst things for people to do is to talk about pet peeves or to come in an angry mood, to come in complaining, because it brings the energy of the room down. So what are you excited about lately? So get the endorphins going for the other person, get them thinking about something that they enjoy, and now you're starting off the conversation on a great footing.
I absolutely love that. And you know that I'm so glad that you brought that point up, because it really is all about the energy that you emit when you are interacting with somebody.
Right, exactly. I mean, particularly in the big cities, right? We hit traffic, we have subway delays. I had some on my way here myself.
I know.
Right?
Just kidding. Oh, I'd wait forever for you, Thomas.
Oh, thank you. Very kind. But so walking in and making it all about you, oh my gosh, you would not believe what happened. And, you know, the 10-minute tirade about your awful commute, nobody wants to hear it. We've all been through it. And again, you've just destroyed the energy in the room. So focus on the positive. Make eye contact, a big smile. Frankly, sometimes it doesn't have to be the coolest opening line. Just hello and your name is a great start. And I would avoid asking people right off the bat, and what do you do? This is a needy question, and it's a very predictable, trite question. So I would save that for far later in the conversation and let it come out organically rather than going for the jugular.
I like that, because then it's like, okay, what do you do and what can you do for me kind of thing. Okay, so another question that I have for you. When somebody asks you, how are you? And you're actually not having the greatest day, what do you think is a polite response? I'm just thinking about this because it happens, and I think it's important to be honest, but you know, I'm curious your perspective on this.
If this is a new acquaintance, I would not get into your deepest, darkest, awful day for the same reason that we just discussed. I think if it's a good friend and they really say, no, how are you? Then they want to know and they're ready for whatever might follow. But that's a tough question to ask unless you're really prepared for the answer. And so as the responder, meeting somebody for the first time, frankly, most people really don't care. It's a formality. They're being polite when they ask you. They don't actually want to know your life story.
Keep it light, in other words. Okay. So another question. It's not everybody, you know, is an extrovert, and that's okay, because being an individual is really what it's all about, and that's what great relationships are about, you know, being able to have all different types of friends with different attributes. So what would you say to someone who might not necessarily be really comfortable with walking into a room and maybe intimidated by it? You know, what kind of activities can they put into play to sort of practice?
Sure, that's a great question. And I have to tell you, even the best extroverts, they still get a little bit of stage fright when they walk into a room where they don't know anyone.
100%.
Yeah. So I think the keys that you really want to follow are, number one, arrive early. So if you walk into a completely packed room where people have already found their connections, your chances at finding a connection are going to be a little bit less. So get there early or on time. Second, you'll find friends at the bar. This is a place where people congregate. People are thinking about the cocktail they're about to enjoy. It's a great spot to start an organic conversation. Don't go for the obvious, which is looking at your phone and spending time standing as a wallflower against the side of the room. As hard as it might be, turn that phone off or put it on vibrate and focus on the people around you. And knowing, I think, that everybody in that room has a little bit of fear should make it a little bit easier for you.
You have such sound advice. This is so amazing. So tell all of our viewers where they can find you, because I think that I feel better. Even though I'm outgoing, clearly, I feel better and have learned so much from you right now. And I'd love for our viewers to be able to learn more from you, Mr. Manners.
Thank you so much. Well, so my website is mr.spelledout-manners.com. So mrmanners.com. I'm at Mr. Manners on Twitter and Instagram, also spelled out. And you know me from media, I know. I also do workshops across the country and keynotes where I work with individuals, companies, universities on all aspects of communication. So what I like to say is if you're using a noun and a verb, whether it's through your verbals, through your nonverbals, through your presentation skills, I can help you.
I love that. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Thank you. Well, you're an inspiration too. I love this show. I love everything you're doing with it. And it takes, honestly, not one person, but many of us spreading the love and talking about better ways to make connections. And you do that all the time.
It's all about literally good energy. And that's why we invited you as a guest, just so that you could stroke my ego. No, I'm just kidding. But it really is all about teamwork. And I love it. And so thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Val. Great to be here.
Mwah.